thought I could think of some. Hello and welcome back to 90s Best and Worst Films of 2019-18. And then you can put the theme. And then you can put the theme in there. That's a cut. So would you want to start with just any old
The Stinkers.
Yeah.
The Meg.
And that's actually one that I saw. So yeah.
The Jason Statham vehicle.
It's just yet another Jason Statham movie. It's like it plays
he's
out.
still living off that crank heat,
Yeah. I mean, those two
I
movies
like
are good enough that I'll always love Jason Statham.
And they're shit, but they're fucking great fun.
Yeah.
And there's problematic stuff in it.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about The Meg that I remember is that it should have been a horror film, but they went for action schlock.
Yeah.
It's absolutely pandering to the Chinese market.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can tell.
It's fucking...
It is, but at the same time, they completely forget that little girl at this station. That's like what I remember. So, are we going to cut back to the little girl lost in the station?
Why didn't the shark attack the station?
No. Oh, no.
That should have been the ending.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it did.
No, but it's
Kinda.
just... It's massive.
Oh, that's
Both
the
of
fake.
them?
That's the fake shark.
That's the
Spoiler.
fake
There's a fake big shark.
There's a big shark and then an even bigger shark.
I'd say this, that was a genuinely good part, which is why you go and see something called The Meg, and it's just the first time you see the huge one, and you're like,
The plot of the film is some divers go too deep in the Mariana Trench
Yeah, they're gonna get to the bottom.
and they find big shark.
They get past the point in the Mariana Trench and it's like a weird cloud of miasma and they just pass through it and the Mariana Trench is even deeper than they possibly imagined and the Meg's there. And
it bursts the gas clouds.
Yeah,
so
they break the weird microcosm that the gas cloud had and the Meg's like, oh, now's my chance. And it gets it.
I'm thinking, like, again, in the idea of, like, how can you make this horror? It's this thing that, like, if they go too deep, somehow this thing that was, like, protecting the sub-ocean just kind of opened up. It feels like what it's like for people with vaginas before you have sex. There's this protective thing.
The hymen.
And then the hymen.
And the shark's like a big baby.
It's a demon!
Alright.
Because you've had sex, you horror person. And there's so many things that you can use for it to be horror that I think it's just this.
And then
Such a shame.
and so the first submarine goes down this fella like stereotypes.
Yeah, it's got stereotypes.
That Japanese guy that nobody seems to care about.
Aye, the guy dies and for some reason
He's got a message to give his wife.
Yeah, like one of the other guys that's in the sub that survives is like really, really upset about it, and then like 4 minutes into the new adventure to find the Meg, he's just cracking wise and like telling jokes, and he forgets that his pal died in that submarine, like that.
And the big boss man at the base is like, my daughter's down there, or granddaughter, I don't remember. His daughter or his granddaughter's down there or something.
I don't remember either, actually.
And they're like, well, we're fucked up, so there's only one man for the job. Jason Statham, marine biologist or something.
He's
a submarine crash.
He's a diver who dived too deep and he got like fucking...
He saw it.
Yeah, he saw the Meg.
Everyone thought he was insane.
He saw the Lost Dutchman's mind and he's never the same.
And he got that big bad accent that he's got.
He really does. It's all over the joint. He sounds American, British, Australian, South African.
Just make crank free. That's all we're asking for.
I don't understand.
He's a robot.
What are the crank director people doing?
It's the Russo brothers, isn't it?
Aye, what are they doing now though?
Marvel films?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Is it the Russo brothers?
Is it? It sounds right.
Man,
And I think they're making that Deadly Class movie. It's an adaptation of like that comic that's quite popular. I think. If that's the...
And then her Ruby Rose is in it as well. Never really did anything like her.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's fucking terrible in that.
Well,
and she was supposed to play Batwoman and everybody went mental.
It's because she can't act.
that's it.
She's terrible.
That is the problem.
Right, so is not enough time on the Meg
Yeah.
and they kill the big shark.
Of course, because again, it's a Jason Statham movie.
They kill both the big sharks.
Yeah, they kill both. Jason Statham gets the girl, and they take the Chinese daughter.
No, they forgot her.
Oh yeah, they forgot her. Did they adopt her, or are they just cutting a bit with her? Is that
No,
what happens?
that's well, That is her daughter.
Oh, okay.
They should have called it Even Bigger Shark. Right.
That's the spinner.
Alright. Good film for last year.
Oh, are we doing bad, good, bad, good?
What's that?
No, we can.
Might as well.
Good film for last year. Spider-Man, Spider-Verse.
Yep, another one that I've seen, thankfully.
It's just a fucking delight, man. That's where it is.
Yep. Visually, absolutely stunning. A lot of creativity and a lot of like time and effort went into it, which is always nice. It is very much just a bog standard superhero movie for the most part. Like the structure of it and the plot and the characters and like their motivations and stuff doesn't really break out of the mold, so it doesn't really blow you away with any of the characters. You've seen origin stories before as well. That's the other thing. But
they make a joke about
it's so stories. Funny and charming.
That's it. They just do it well.
Yeah. They play with that little cliche and they have some fun with it, and you end up liking the characters anyway. So it's good, very very solid.
I kept saying, because it came out in the US first, I believe. So I kept saying, all of the animation people on Twitter just going, it's the best.
And a lot of people made scenes for it in the animation community as well.
And they kept on saying it's vibrant visually, and I kept on wondering what that would be like. And the thing is, just some shots look like they're in 3D.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, because they put one layer and they just like kind of put it on the side. And we got in it, I was like, should we have gotten, is this the wrong screening, and should we have gotten glasses? And then another shot is just completely different. I was going to say there's no unity, but that sounds bad. But what I mean is just they had the most fun with it.
Yeah.
And it's usually something that I felt is kind of, it's just something that you can do for short films. But short films are about creativity and just get something out of your system. And like feature films are supposed to be really standard, and they have to be, because they're the pressure of the box office and everything like that.
Yeah.
And they just kind of let them do whatever, and it's a joyous ride. I don't know how it got made, but I'm really happy it did.
It doesn't fit at all into Sony's usual like really really bog standard boring Spider-Man continuous attempts to capitalize on the Spider-Man sort of universe. It doesn't fit into that aesthetic at all.
Wasn't it made by Marvel?
No, it was a Sony vehicle, a Sony Animations project.
Yep.
Fuck me.
Yeah, no, it's baffling because Sony are terrible. They're always terrible.
They got other people to make it.
It really.
Can I just keep getting? Look at me, zoom in. Stop getting Bryan Singer and Zack Snyder your films.
Yeah,
they're fucking terrible.
Not only because
Stop saying they're good as well.
Neither of them have a strong enough visual aesthetic anymore. Like Zack Snyder used to. Now he makes stuff that's flat and digital and cold and blue looking, and it's boring.
And slow motion.
Yeah, and slow motion.
It's killing any chance that DC has to have or making a good Batman film ever again.
And here's the other thing: Bryan Singer is a sex offender, so don't give him movies anymore.
Way to bring the room down.
So maybe just
what these blue and red lights are for. The sirens are coming, Brian.
He's a big time Hollywood guy. He won't get arrested. He won't feel any consequences whatsoever.
Back to Spider-Man.
Yeah, back to Spider-Man.
Let's get back to Spider-Man.
Because it makes me feel nice when I think about it. Because here's one of the things that I love most about it: Kingpin. He's a ridiculous wall of human, and it's great. He just looks fantastic.
For the design of the Kingpin is just amazing.
And again, another thing that I love about that is like, sometimes he's huge, sometimes he's not as huge, and then he's really fucking gigantic. They didn't care.
I really wanted them to say, I'm 99% muscle, or Spider-Man's a scientist.
It's a solid, as you said, kind of standard.
Yeah, very
but
standard.
But really well done.
Yeah.
Script with just the sound design.
Miles Morales is the kid they got to play Miles Morales is really very very charming, and then the guy that got to play Peter was great. He's having some kind of midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Who fucking thought that would work in a Spider-Man film? Yeah, everybody, because that's just how people like stuff like they can fucking relate to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That Spider-Man 2 way Andrew Garfunkel.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfunkel,
God,
man, so stupid.
It doesn't
Give
suit-
me Spider-Man's blood! No!
Why? Spider-Man, you're meant to be a good guy. Like, why don't you just give him your blood? It's so petty. It's so petty. I don't, and Andrew Garfield didn't suit the role. I don't mind Andrew Garfield. I think he's an okay actor, but he did not suit Peter Parker one bit. It's like he's meant to be an outcast, and he's
Too sexy.
He's skateboarding about. He's a freelance photographer.
He's
It's like,
too sexy to be
yeah,
Spider-Man.
way too sexy. Sexy Spider-Man. And in this one, we got paunch Peter Parker with a fucking.
There's actually too much to talk about. In
Yeah,
that film.
it's full of amazing,
just
fun
fucking
stuff.
go watch it.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
And that's
the Doc Ock reveal is so good. Is everything
yeah,
just?
yeah.
It's just these little fucking details that get everything just like. God's sake!
It's really funny. Sorry, it's really funny that you said that you like the guy who played the Peter Parker from like the other universe because you hate him. It's Jake Johnson. He's in New Girl.
No.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, but I know Darren doesn't like him. But it's true. He's really good in that. It's really good.
And of course, Nicolas Cage is Noir Spider-Man, which is just great.
John Mulvaney is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The little robot, Japanese robot girl. I don't know why.
Penny Parker. I really like that.
What a fucking great little backstory that was.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
It's the guy from My Chemical Romance who
But-
created her.
Really?
I believe. Yeah, that's
Jared
from
Leto.
his comic.
Not Jared Leto. Never mind. I'm gonna forget his name.
But yes.
Yeah.
Jared Way.
Yeah.
Jared Way.
Jared Way.
And of course Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen is really
Fucking show stealer.
cool. Yeah.
I have read some of the Spider-Man comics, but I've only ever heard of the Gwen Stacy Spider-Man thingy.
Yeah.
And it's like, how's that gonna work? And I was like, alright, really well.
Yeah.
Trufford there.
Didn't see it.
Oh, I fucking hated it.
If people, if the characters were just talking to each other, they know they're so in Trufford they go to a chapel and get tripped into going to a chapel and into playing a game of Trufford there. But here's the twist.
Right.
Here's the twist. They're playing a real life voodoo game of Trufford there.
You're joking.
So if the Trufford there demon tells you to do something, then you better do it or you're gonna die tonight. And the demon will make you do crazy stuff like grab your dad's gun,
Okay.
and then you'll get shot.
Is the dad like an evil dad? Why would he shoot someone? Why would he shoot his son or daughter if he had a gun?
The voodoo.
The voodoo did it.
The voodoo.
Also, you can't. Isn't there like a rule that you can't speak, choose truth all the time?
Yeah, you have to eventually pick their.
Right.
I think it's one. Yeah.
Is the truth always like you've got to say something like absolutely heinous though? You can't just say like.
So it's heinous. Then there's this big reveal, and it's supposed to be really emotional and really heavy. Obviously, I laughed way too hard in the cinema, and Darren was like, "Shut up." This woman is just saying she was trying not to get truth because she didn't want to say to her best friend that her dead dad made a pass at her before dying.
Fuck.
It's good.
Oh, one of them's gay, and they'll not allow.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
the for their demons that tell your dad you're dead gay. And that's how he ends up with the gun.
Right. Okay.
Because his dad's a cop and he's macho.
Yeah, he doesn't
And you
like-
can't have a batty boy as a son. So they fucking go online and tell everybody. It's kind of like a prequel to the game Truth or Dare, because they tell the whole world to play Truth or Dare at the end.
Right.
So it's like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is fucking cheap.
They birthed the concept of Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
It's
Because you need to pass it about. Because it goes in order. That's right. It goes in order of the circle they were at in the chapel.
Right.
but if somebody else joins, that's why that guy brought them in to buy himself more time.
Okay.
That's right. And then they go to Spain or something, but they don't
'Cause
tell anybody they're going to Mexico. Spain. Sorry, Mexico. They go to Mexico and don't tell anybody. They don't tell this other character who's gone after fucking Heath.
So that's why they got the curse to begin with.
In
they
Mexico.
were on holiday in Mexico.
And a sexy man
And it's all
told them
like,
to come play trooper there.
and it's all actors from bad TV shows. So it's like Pretty Little Liars, Hemlock Grove, Teen Wolf, all that sort of teenager TV shows, and all the stars are there. And I seem to remember that one of the worst thing is not only is all the characters are boring, like none of them are just any sort of things about them.
It's just one of those typical horror
Yeah,
films.
but also the horror part is bad because it's just them. The truth of their demon kind of manifests himself through them.
Know that.
And it's a really bad
And know that
filter
Lemmy?
thing where people
Yeah, with
go,
the stretched face.
Remember that Lemmy fucking sketch where he looks in the fucking mirror and he looks at a magazine and it's all warped? It's just like that. And
So-
there's a bit where she's boning a guy and her face goes like that, and I thought it was funny. Because it's bad.
It's yeah.
It's not as bad as the Bye Bye Man, but that's for another day.
I'll just say it's not as bad, but it's also the Batman is more fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah,
take,
because
take that, whoever directed Truth or Dare.
Fucking hate.
because it's like a
It's
like
actually a director that I don't like.
it's like an inverse correlation between them, whereas like the worse a film is, generally the funnier it becomes,
yeah,
and it's more
yeah.
enjoyable. Whereas like Truth or Dare sounded like it was just really, really boring and dumb, and not in a funny way, just boring.
I mean,
and
it's a
dumb.
director who did Kick-Ass 2.
That speaks volumes, because Kick-Ass 2 fucking sucked,
Oh man, yes.
That's for another day.
and Kick-Ass 1 sucked as well because it didn't.
Yeah.
That's for
I'm not- I'm
another
not-
year.
I know.
Another year.
I'm not gonna get into it because the comic's way better.
Right. A good film then. Let's get to a good film.
Did you pick it?
Lady Bird.
I didn't see it.
Lady Bird. Lady Bird is just incredibly well written. It's all of those little things in people's relationship, especially from the perspective of the mother-daughter relationship. It's written well.
That's the strongest part of the film.
You
It's all strong, but that when they two are arguing and loving each other,
You believe in them. You believe in the situation and the words they choose, the way they act. Oh, it's perfect.
it resonates with people.
Yeah.
People
it's-
go, I was like that.
Yeah. It's also kind
It's
of...
just funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I think the colouring is beautiful. It's really pastel colours being used. Obviously, she's got like her pink hair.
It's not really about what it looks. It's about the
Yeah,
the
but I'm
character
just saying
Lady
it
Bird
also-
is the centerpiece of the film, and it's about her at a Catholic school and growing up trying to get to university. I think she ends up at or something.
That's it.
And it's just the story of that period.
The way she acts it's just she's wearing the character like a glove. It's hard to believe that Saoirse Ronan is not this character. She's fucking great. Also, she's having all those neuroses and stuff, and she always thinks like, oh no, I can't. I'm gonna skip lunch because I don't look like the model in this magazine. You're just like, well, you do. But it's not.
She does a lot. She looks at a magazine like that. I wish I was like her. You're super.
Yeah.
You're a supermodel.
It's
but-
to me that sounds a little on the nose.
No, because it's so well written.
It's
No,
sounds a bit clumsy to me.
no, it's perfect. And she's a really forward girl as well, so she's always just like absolutely going right into the action. So it's not a character you see a lot, I think, in films, and it really captures something that I've never seen, and it's a lot of fun. And it makes me cry in a good way. It's nice. It captures something that's just so delicate and nice, and it's funny, and it's got my rug. So
The main talking point is why do mothers have to treat their children like that? If they treat them with love in a normal way, then they might do what they want them to do. They might listen to them more. But the Roseanne's sister for the show Roseanne, it has to be so horrible about it all.
She's really frustrating because I understand her point of view, but she's always attacking her daughter even when she's not doing anything that wrong, and she's never putting forward the love, and she's always just going, oh, why would you do that? Do this differently. It's such a shame.
The bit where they're arguing in the thrift store is funny.
In the car.
Yeah.
The car goes from them sharing a moment to arguing the fuck. That is amazing.
It's a film you really need to connect to, I'd say.
Yeah.
If you don't like the character, I don't think you're going to manage to sit through it. But it's good. I liked it. Next up was Winchester.
It's just boring.
Didn't see it.
Oh, right, did you know?
No.
Got that, John, know that feeling where I've not seen it, but I know what it's about?
Yeah.
So you have seen it?
I've seen it. I've seen it because I've seen every other like schlocky horror movie that's kind of like it.
Yeah.
So
I'm that guy who's in everything now, but is really bad. I'm going to be in Pet Sematary. I was in Terminator Genesis as Sarah Connor's son, John Connor. Right, that guy. I don't remember his name. I don't even know what TV show he probably was in to get himself this there. But he's in everything, and he's in this, and he is a fucking sleeping pill. I think he's like a ghost hunter or something, and he has nothing to him. He's zero. He is Captain Boomerang.
Oh God.
What's his name?
Australian guy.
Alright, you don't have to remember his name. We all know who we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know who you're talking about.
He's in Terminator Genesis as well.
Yes.
So have you? Oh, and you know who else is in Terminator Genesis? Emilia Clarke. See, they three people, they can't act.
No.
Why? They're just there because they were in things to bring in money.
Yeah. It's like, hey, remember Game of Thrones? That
he's
lassie
called
that everyone wants to shags in this movie.
Jay Courtney or something like
Jai
that.
Courtney.
Yeah, something,
That's it.
something
Yeah,
like
Jai
that.
Courtney.
Right. And then that other guy.
He's just
David
awful.
something, I think his name is. The three of them are fucking boring. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing a robot who is out acting them.
Yeah.
But that's another video, right?
We're talking about Genesis there.
No,
Not Winchester.
Back to Winchester. Sorry, every time I see him, I think I wrote Terminator. Remember, did we watch? You watched it?
Yeah,
we sat at 6 in the morning, watched it.
Yeah.
Just like, that's a fucking shit.
It was really, really shite. And no, even in that way where you can laugh at it, it was just fucking infuriating to watch.
So every time I think I just Anyway, back to Winchester. And Helen Mirren's just been wasted in it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was.
I think
She just did that for the money.
it's kind of funny that she agreed to it.
Yeah.
She's not bad in it.
You know what? You're better doing than watching Winchester. Going on YouTube and learning about the actual Winchester house. It's like one of those fucking films where the cunt's in the spooky room. He's an alcoholic as well, or a junkie. I think he's a junkie. So they use that to go, oh, he's hallucinating. There's ghosts everywhere.
Yeah.
And he looks in the mirror. Instead of just turning around, he looks in the mirror. It's like spinning and. Right, and there's a ghost. There's a boy ghost that goes right. But in this film, she's no after nut. She's perfectly sane.
Right.
And they shoot a ghost.
The story in this is that there's guilt because they're making the firearm that is killing all those people. So everyone that's dead by the firearm come and haunt this house.
No, she made all those rooms for the people to live in. They all actually live in there.
Right.
All the ghosts are actually in there.
Okay.
And they come out at night and fuck about.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no, I think I'm confusing it then. I thought it was something else. The Winchesters weren't the ones that were used for like the Americans to kill the Native Americans, was it?
No, it's fucking guns.
Aye, that's
the
what I'm
gun
saying.
man.
Like, the guns were used back then.
Aye, but she just felt guilt about everybody.
Everyone who's ever died from a
but
gun.
they were primarily used in that war.
Yeah.
The Native Americans.
Mm.
But the thing with the film itself is that they never use the house or anything practical in the effects to show something cool. Because there's that one moment where it's like...
Shoots a ghost.
Yes. But it's in that film, right, that there's the impossible staircase.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it looks bad. How do you make an effect that interesting look bad?
Yeah, like that's it. The Winchester house is a really cool concept.
Yes.
Oh, there's a whole thing about his dead wife as well.
Subplots.
You know, that old chestnut.
Yeah, there always is.
It's just the Winchester house itself is so much more interesting than this shit.
Yeah. You know what?
They should have just took that. You could have gave us less money and we could have went and made a documentary about it. Speaking of horror, did anybody see Hereditary?
Oh my.
What a segue.
That fucking dinner scene. the fucking dinner scene. I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the toilet.
It's
intruding. It's like walking in. It's like you're there at the. I was like, no, I want out of this. I hate that type of confrontation.
It's everything that made Kill List terrifying, intense, and that sort of cold sweat that builds up when you're watching this family just have this horrible passive aggressive meal. That is just as horrific as spooky ghosts and crazy possession shit. Anything you can imagine, that's scarier. Just watching this family bubble up to the very, very edge and explode all over itself.
That's what this guy is really good at. He captured first, and it's what.
Well, he's short. Is that Ari Aster? Is that his name? Aster.
I think
he made that thing about the guy. Don't say what that's about. Just go watch that short film about that guy and his father and son. Yeah, again, it's family. Yeah. He's interested in families and how that's where horror really can come from.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people were saying this film's amazing, and then it kind of ended up being to the point where too many people said it was amazing, and it got backlash for it. So people were like, I don't know what it was. But I don't think, as much as I really love that film, I don't think it's too much of like the best horror, because it's not its best when it's doing all of the Rosemary's Baby thing, all of that weird things. It's truly about the horror of grief.
Yeah.
And just like family dynamic and how horrible it can be to just have to be in a conversation with another human being that's not agreeing with you. And that's the strongest.
The granny is such a good villain in Hereditary, and nobody ever talks about that.
No, yeah.
She's in the whole film.
She's a phantom menace of the film. She's just like haunting it, literally haunting it in that kind of way where like it just feels this oppressive presence, and sometimes it'll be like, it's not too much of a spoiler, but it's like that shot with the diorama, and she's like insisting on breastfeeding the daughter and stuff like that, and like it's that sort of stuff where it's like she clearly wanted to lay claim to this little girl.
The whole
that's really, really weird and creepy.
The whole diorama things that she keeps making, or like memories that she should get rid of, and she even makes a diorama about the first horrible thing that happens in the film.
That is the fact that like everything, that's how she grieves, because she's weirdly closed off, and like in that kind of way that like you can tell again because of the mother-daughter dynamic that plays really well into it, like this whole thing of like just people being cold to each other for no real reason, not really understanding how to emotionally relate to each other even though you're related and stuff like that, and then it translates down to her relationship with her son and all this kind of stuff. You
do feel bad for the boy.
Yeah, you really do. He plays stunned and terrified very well, that little boy, and sweaty.
At the end of it, you're just like, oh, you're not okay, are you?
No.
Yeah, I think when people say it's the best horror, and then others were just like, it's not that horrifying, it's sad, and it's the terror, I think, that it captures so well. You're not as scared as you're just, it's heavy.
Yeah. Like, you can feel like that lead in your stomach when you're watching it, and that's really good.
That's the power in it.
Yeah.
It's fucking heavy.
The Nun.
Yeah, I didn't see this, but again, I've seen it. I didn't see it, but I've seen it.
So boring. Yeah. There was a bit where it was like it was a Resident Evil game where there was a woman frozen holding a key, and I was like, I'll be back for that.
It's one of those films where you're just like, there's no real...
It's a prequel to a bad film. Why would you ever do that?
Well, it's a prequel to the Conjuring series, right?
Yes.
The Conjuring films are okay.
Yeah. James Wan is not my favourite director in a horror by any means.
Fucking dumb as fuck, man.
But I think he brings something that's interesting.
Oh, I'm an old man. This is the old man ghost.
You're just like, he's the mainstream guy that sometimes has good ideas.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a quiet place for me.
There's a certain style and pace to these films that I guess
the Conjuring
is
1
acceptable.
is a lot better than the Conjuring 2. The Conjuring 1's a lot better.
We're talking about the fucking... Get off your fucking Conjuring horses,
You don't need to talk about the
Nun. I'm talking about the Nun.
You don't need to
got
talk
a fucking
about
great
it.
scene where the Nun comes at the water.
Oh no, I wanted to say that! It's so good.
must have thought it was
The
scary.
water was everywhere, and you know the nun was under it, so it's so dumb. And
that's the cinema there, and we were sitting there. Oh, Delphine, that's the nun. Oh, it's like it reminds me of Eternal Darkness.
I can
In Resident Evil, it's like a game. It had the game movie vibe to it.
it's also this thing where there's no real threat. Like, you see the nun in the corridors and just like, hi. But
it's always like that in these movies though, where it's like the thing goes like that.
yeah, that's it. And then
Yeah. Well, there's a bit where a guy gets buried alive, and I was like, ugh, I don't like that shit
That's
stuff.
something at least.
And he was ringing the bell.
How
right?
many
So
times do things in these movies
so
go
he
like
gets,
that? And
so
then nothing
he
happens.
gets buried alive, and he rings the bells, but the ghost rings all the bells. So because it's like a graveyard, and I was like, that's
the thing.
James Wan didn't make this film, by the way. I don't know why you're
absolutely.
fucking hate these one, right? The bells thing, that was good.
There's
And the
little
nun
bits.
come to war, but it's just fucking horse shit, man.
It,
Absolute horseradish, man.
it
Fuck
gets
off.
on and it's boring. But at the beginning, there's moments where they're trying to make something else, as you said.
How
there's
does boring? How do see when it's a horror film's boring? Do you think that's them making it atmospheric?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
by-
boring when boring happens is when an idiot thinks they're being moody and being atmospheric.
can't use
It's because they don't understand how pacing or
You just can't
atmosphere
use
or
jump
tension
scares.
works.
Jump scares are no.
Jump scares
Yeah.
are a smoke show,
Yeah, yeah.
which is the
It's a spook house.
biggest problem. It's just
Yeah.
if there's no threat, then
Yeah.
you're just jumping because you're hearing something loud.
The
Yeah,
bit where
loud noises make humans go, oh.
That where that kid's getting chased up the stairs in Hereditary, man. That was
Yeah.
fucking thingies on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's scary.
That was
The shot. I don't really want to talk about it because it's gonna, I'm not gonna talk. But the shot in the attic where he goes to the attic for the first time, I was like, oh, that's spooky. It's like, that's all you need. A little shot where it's like, there you go, that's spooky. You don't need something flying for you and making crazy noises.
Yeah, the nun is all over the place, and it's just this weird thing where it's like they're calling everybody's dead. Basically, that's the big spoiler. No one is really there.
they go in the part of the church where they're not supposed to go, and it's full of nuns, and they've been dead this whole time.
And they're calling back this old evil, which is the nun.
There's a whole interesting
this-
cult thing underneath a church, kind of Lovecraft stuff, but
Yeah.
no fucking.
And this is why this horrible entity looks like a nun, because it came through the coven.
Okay.
That's it. See that?
So I would give. So what would how many nuns would I give out of 10? None.
No,
Right.
I can't believe I didn't see that coming.
that's very good.
Yeah,
Right.
it's good.
Did anybody see that film with that bogging whacking phoenix in it? I'd never whacked to that phoenix, man. It was you were never really here.
I saw it. It was good.
I saw it. I liked it. Our next film is You Were Never Really Here.
It's my film of the year.
A wunderbar film for Scottish, born and bred, Lynn Ramsey.
Well done, Lynn.
Where do you start on a film like that? But
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. The feel.
Yeah.
It feels like, again, the great level of tension that a lot of these other very, very good films attain. The way that We Need to Talk About Kevin makes you feel.
Oh,
It has that same feeling.
and
She's so good at capturing that feeling. The scene, I think, that encapsulates You Were Never Really Here the best for this weird fucking off-kilter tone that it has, is that scene where he does the guy in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and then he
And
just
talks to him.
lies and sings with him. And it's like, there's something really beautiful and terrifying and funny and tragic about it all.
It's because he's Affy's not.
Yeah, yeah,
he has post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
It's because the guys like that, I'm gonna kill your man on it.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix is a terrifying presence in it because he's just so.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's big
this,
and intimidating. He's got a
And
big
he's
crazy
mumbling
beard.
his way
yeah,
through it.
yeah. And Joaquin Phoenix gives his best performances when he's a mumbling weirdo.
Do you think it's the same guy for that fucking Paul Thomas Anderson film?
Oh, the Inherent Vice. It feels very much like
that guy's really violent and stupid.
Yeah. He's went off the rails even further.
But this guy isn't stupid, so
no, he's
definitely
not.
No. He's very organised.
When he assaults that area to go and get the girl back, he takes his shoes off and to make his little noises.
Kind of old boy vibes.
Yeah, very old boy. He's just got a fucking claw hammer. Yeah, it's a hammer.
It's a to be wanky. It's a form that like sets up for your usual big fucking huge ending, and it's a disappointment.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah, and it's just fucking miserable.
In
a great way. It's miserable.
The film is about a mercenary, I guess he is.
Yeah.
Trying to find somebody's missing daughter. That's it. That's the whole film.
Yeah. It doesn't need much more than that. There's a little bit of intrigue that we can't really spoil, but like for the most part, it's very, very good. The performances are amazing throughout.
You're never really here. We've not talked about him enough because the film itself should be. It's talking highly recommended.
Yeah, it's an experience more than it is like you can't write an essay about this movie. It's just more about you have to experience it and let it make you feel something, and then you can just think about it later on quietly at night. And you're just like, what a great movie.
You ready, right?
Yep.
So now for the worst fucking thing for 2018. Holmes and Watson.
I didn't see it.
You saw it. We all saw it. We saw it coming and we didn't do anything about it.
In that way, we're all complicit in it.
That poor
I really like John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
He's in We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Right.
Yeah.
He's also in
Strange casting.
He's in Laurel and Hardy as well, and he's really good in that.
He's in everything. He does
film.
It all.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy is a film you watch with your granny on a Sunday at 5:30.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice. Yeah.
It's very vapid, but it's very pleasant to watch.
Step Brothers is good too.
Yeah. Comedy can be a random load of old shit, but Will Ferrell has been making the same shit for how many years now? You know what I mean?
Too long.
It's really, really bad. It's really, really unfunny.
It's baffling. This
4 or 5 people left.
Really?
Aye.
Oh.
Even stupid people thought it was shit. I don't know what to I don't know what to say. So I'm just going to tell you some jokes of it. So there's a bit. So we walked in and it started, and it just went through these 3 stages. It just went through them like, and nothing connected. Watson was at a table writing about Holmes, right? Because that's what he does. Because the books were from Watson's point of view.
Yeah.
Which I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love little nice framing to thing. So he's writing about thing. Holmes is playing a violin, and then his violin flies out his horn and hits a table and sets the table on fire. The scene ends. They go like that.
What? Am I missing something here?
Right. Then they're eating. Then Sherlock Holmes goes like that. Let's eat onions. Okay, Holmes. And they just eat onions. And
so like an apple.
Yeah.
Right, onions just.
These are nice onions, Holmes. Yes, Watson. Right. So then it goes to the next scene.
Darren, can I just get you there? Which scene was harder to watch? Them eating onions for 2 minutes, or the pie scene?
Rooney Mara eating
I knew you were going to say that.
Rooney Mara so distressed by the loss of our boring husband Casey Affleck. She has to eat a pie for 10 minutes.
5, I think.
It takes so long. It feels like 10 minutes, but what a fucking scene. What a scene.
You can continue. Little digression.
So they eat the onions. Then Kelly MacDonald comes out of bedroom and she's been shagging Mark Twain, and Holmes and Watson go, "Oh my god, is that Mark Twain?" And Mark Twain goes, "Yeah, it is, you bunch of assholes," or something like that. You know what I mean? And Kelly MacDonald, who's from Glasgow, Scotland, I think, has the worst Scottish accent ever. But I think they do a little joke where people who are American, they British accents.
Yeah.
And the American actors, they British accents, because that's like a kind of thing that would be in like that type of film. It's just jokes. and a lot of ad-libbing. And ad-libbing can only be good if the ad-lib is genuinely funny and the director goes like, right, that's enough of that. But they never cut.
It sounds like it's people entertaining themselves. It sounds like it's rich people who have connections that can make a movie about whatever they wanted, entertaining themselves.
That poor woman from Orange is the New Black, she's one of the people that guard the prison in the first 3 series, and she's supposed to be Sherlock Holmes' love interest, and she can't speak.
Right, and then she can speak at the end. They go on the Titanic at the end.
Okay. So they die?
Right, so the two women go on the Titanic at the end.
Oh, okay.
And Billy Zane's there, right? But Billy Zane doesn't put a wig on, so it's a bald Billy Zane going onto the Titanic.
So it's like him from the actual Titanic.
Aye,
so he's going to chase them around with a gun.
No, but he didn't put a wig on, so he's bald, Billy Zane.
So he
didn't want to put a wig on.
They wanted to do a reference to Titanic, but he was just like, nah. I'll be here, but
it's just no funny.
I won't do it right.
That is absolutely just people who are friends making a movie, and they're just like, oh, that'll be funny. Remember that movie?
Melissa McCarthy's been doing it for the past 8 years.
Adam Sandler's
her husband.
Adam Sandler just
her husband directs the films.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. We don't even fucking talk about that.
But I mean, like Melissa McCarthy did that thing recently where everyone was like, oh, she's actually a good actor.
Right. Well, we've not seen that yet. I've been trying to go see that, but I've not seen it yet. It looked.
Please forgive me.
It does look good. I've saw stuff about it.
I can't really take Richard E. Grant seriously because he's just with Neil.
And he marked out.
Yeah.
Did you see him marking out that Barbara Streisand letter? Oh my god, Barbara Streisand. Really?
So basically...
No, I like Richard E. Grant. He's good. He is just with Neil. I've not really seen him in anything else.
I can't really think of anything else he's been in off the top of my head. I know I've seen him in other things, but I can't remember what
he was in that thing we went to see with Jude Law. And his horn gets cut off.
Oh, fuck, aye. What the hell was that called?
Star Wars story?
Fuck knows what that was called.
Darth Vader's like chopped off hand. Richard E. Grant plays the chopped off hand.
Jude Law was Watson and Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, those movies were fucking stinking as well.
Yeah, they were really, really bad.
Robert Downey Jr. could not save them.
And he's pretty charming in them actually. I think he's the strongest part of them, but
as per usual, they gave they've got to make it out as if Sherlock Holmes has special powers, but in the books, Sherlock downplays what he's capable of a lot. He just says that he observes people.
He fucking retires, right, and becomes a beekeeper. There's no explosions in that man's life.
Yeah.
They have a sissy, him and Moriarty on the Reichenbach Falls have a sissy fight in Falafel.
Yeah.
And he dies forever. He's gone. It's not exciting. It's about intrigue.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Because I actually I listened to, of course, because you would want this way to experience it. I listened to Stephen Fry read the first Holmes book, and it's really quite cool. It's actually a nice experience. And
it's about finding clues.
Yeah, it's just about a guy who wants to find a place to live, and Holmes happens to have a room, so they'll end up living together. And then they go and solve crimes together. He just finds out that Holmes is just very good at reading people, very good at reading situations, and that's it. He's not a genius. He's good at super genius where he's incomprehensibly smart.
He's good at seeing a bigger picture.
Yeah.
He's always piecing shit together. There's no explosions.
No.
There's no explosions.
It's not a superpower.
And you don't need explosions to make a film good.
No.
You don't need it. Hollywood. Here's my number.
It's okay to just have a movie, for a start, that's 100 minutes long. Please.
Holmes was...
and no more fucking explosions.
Holmes and Watson was pretty short. So
yeah.
There was other jokes I could think of, but if you want to waste your time...
I'm more thinking about things like fucking superhero movies. Like, did Black Panther need to be 2+ hours long? No. Did Infinity War need to be 2.5 hours long? No.
Even like something like Ragnarok, that quite light, I fell asleep during it.
Yeah, too long.
I thought it was great.
Great movie,
but I did fall
way too long.
So that's our stinker of the year. Don't watch it. No, really, really, really don't watch it. No, to just see them eating onions. It's not funny. It's just not funny. See if it was just funny.
Yeah.
See if they had to eat onions to find a clue.
Mm-hmm.
But that's story. That's trying to...
Yeah.
That's me trying to use the onion eating
for... It's basically like Saw. You have to. You can only get out if you eat this onion.
They kill. They kill Queen Victoria as well. They like murder her. She's dead, and then she comes back to life for something I don't remember. But she's dead for like 20 minutes, man.
And they decide to chop her up.
Yeah,
so people don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna chop her up, but they don't. She's
and
alive.
It's really long. It's just like
really,
this still shot, and you're just watching it. It's like.
And now, for our film of the year.
Would you say it's your
I didn't see it.
favourite?
I thought it was the favourite to win the Oscar.
My Olivia is the best in it.
The favourite is.
Go on.
But what people should know, hopefully everybody's seen it, because when we went to see it, it was fucking bouncing.
It was.
It's because it's about the royalty.
No, it is about the world, but it's not. But it's not about the. But it's not about the fucking royalty. It's about fucking a free-wide relationship. That's what it is. Emma Stone gets fucking plopped down at this big fucking castle where the fucking Queen's living.
Yeah.
Is it Queen Anne? I don't remember, but I think it might be.
I actually don't care.
I don't care either.
It's really just about the dynamic in it. It's fucking great.
And the
So
first
Emma
the first
Stone-
cunt she meets is like Rachel Weisz, and they two they instantly go like that. The captain here.
Yeah,
That's how they think it. It's about I'm gonna take your place. That's what the film is about.
Emma Stone used to be an aristocrat of some sort, and she had like problems.
Yeah,
with
she
her
got
family,
sold.
So she's okay.
Her dad sold her, a
Yeah,
Dutch guy or something.
So she's just like a servant, and she's
Aye.
trying to go crab.
It's like one of those films where but it's know how they make there's like that film with John Malkovich and Glenn Close. Fuck you, what's it called?
Legion Dangerous.
Aye, right. It's just it's kind of like
Dangerous
that,
Season.
but it's genuinely well made and funny. It's really, really, really funny. It's probably the funniest film of the year. And I don't know why. I think it's just because of how eccentric Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman's a fucking powerhouse in this film.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
Yeah, she's
a big fucking. She's lost 12 wins, and she's a big fucking. She's after fucking heat.
Yeah.
But knowing that madness of King George way, she's still there, right? But then she just fucking goes sometimes.
It's just funny because it's just like, if you think that people being annoyed at the fact that they're bored is funny, then it's very funny.
It's
because
free.
she's just like,
It's just
bring me there.
It's a film. It's a film about free powerhouse actors. Rachel Weisz is so. They should all just give them Oscars. I know Oscars mean fucking spit, right? Yeah, but they deserve something for this film. They're so fucking good in it. Yeah. I bet you somebody's gonna turn it into a play. You know what I mean?
Oh, it could be a really good play. So basically, to kind of give away a bit of the story there, Emma Stone is looking for a way to
she's
get
just
out
power
of
hungry.
Yeah, she's completely power hungry, and
she wants back to the tap.
And she sees that Rachel Weisz has got power, and then at a chance she just ends up being in the same room as her when she's with the Queen, but she's in like the top kind of floor, so they don't know that she's there, and she realizes that they have an affair.
Well, they're lesbians.
That they're together, yeah, and that she at this moment she's like, oh, I can do that. I can work my way to the Queen.
Yeah.
And that's
you know what else is really good in it? Nicholas Holt's really fucking good in it as well. That's the guy with skins with the eyebrows. He's fucking really good in this as well. What's his called? Face the thick of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm the irrelevant man. What's it?
Oh yeah.
Who is it?
Glenn Cullen. I can't remember the actor's name.
The irrelevant man.
Yeah, he's really good though.
He's fucking good in this as well. They played basically the Labour and the Tories. It's not really that. It's the Whigs and the fucking thingies. Whatever the relevant fucking thing at the time was.
Because the political chambers happened, but the Queen as the executive power, so she doesn't participate in the conversation. She's got no idea what's going on. But at the end, they're like, "What do you want to do?"
Okay, yeah.
And so Rachel Weisz, because she's the power person really, and she's the closest to the Queen. She's always kind of working her way to her, saying, "Oh, do this," because politically she's really engaged. And then when things starts to kind of explodes between everyone, all of the political guys are just please, can you just decide on something? And she's like, oh, I'm just gonna take a nap. She's like,
I think it. I think it shows. I think it's relevant to British politics to what's going on right now. It's the same shit. Obviously, there's no queen there anymore, but it's still just this. All these weird rich cunts just living the high life, but also fucking everything up all at the same time. Like, do we need a queen?
No.
I think the film has a bit of that in it.
Yeah.
Do we need this? Why is this mad woman?
Someone that, as you say,
She can't
isn't
read
involved
this,
in the political
right?
system
She
at
has
all.
to-
She doesn't understand it.
She has to approve things that Nicholas Hoult and Hugh for Fingway. She has to think it, and sometimes she can't read what they've wrote down, and it takes a stab at that, and it's all about just fucking everybody just wants to get to that fucking tap.
yeah.
What would you do to put your power back? Eat Olivia Colman's fanny out. Right. If you want to see Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz be absolute cunts to each other to try and win the heart
Of a really tired
stroke,
Olivia Colman.
a stroke to disabled, off the wall,
Syphilitic old women.
gout-ridden, wheelchair-bound,
That's
12 rabbits to replace your children, Olivia Colman, then this is the film for you. Film of the year, man. And I just wanted to say, the fisheye, was I saying the fisheye lens is because it was old paintings that are in that style at the time.
Right,
That's
okay,
it. And the fucking camera work is fucking good, man. The way he just sweeps in like that and sweeps move.
To dance. I think it really adds to the comedy that she's like wheelchair bound, because she's just like, take me somewhere. No, I don't want to be here. There.
And she's no daft. She's plays the two off each other as well. I think she just finds Emma Stone more attractive.
And also,
And she
Rachel Weisz is a bit of a cunt.
And Rachel Weisz ends up getting physically like changed. She gets hurt here, so she's not as attractive. To it's very well done.
My movie of the year was You Were Never Really Here.
You Were Never Really Here,
I
and that's been Delphine at Cineworld.
I know I was so not present for cinema this year, but
they are both the films of the year.
Yeah.
They were all wrong. The film of the year was
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
It was Aquaman all along.
Aquaman, yeah.
Jason Momoa for Best Actor.